Since European settlement of Australia, the majority of Aborigines have left their tribal areas, and today little remains to show where the nomadic people camped. In the more remote regions, there are still Aborigines who spent their younger days living as their forefathers did. These tribesmen have the skills to survive in the bush. Malcolm Douglas' latest adventure takes him on a journey back to the tribal lands of his friend George Jomery of the Narinjin tribe.
Hi. Jomery and I have been mates for longer than I care to remember. For years, we've wanted to do one more trip. So for the next 6 weeks, Jomery and I are going to travel right back into his tribal area in the far northwest of Western Australia. And as Jomery says,
we'll learn them Kadia.
You're going to learn him white man. So all we have to do is pack up the Toyota and get out of here.
With Malcolm's dog Jowdy, the men head into the northern Kimberley. It's late in the dry season, hot and oppressive. For a time, they follow the graded service road, then push on over little-known tracks into country where few vehicles ever. With the daily temperatures and humidity rising, the spectacular frilled lizards are on the move. The fierce little reptiles go to extraordinary lengths to intimidate. Care must be taken approaching these dragons. They bite viciously. Cooling off, Malcolm and Jomery are soon gathering food. This delicate flower grows from an edible bulb. Following the long stem down, they're easily dug from the mud. These small tubers were once gathered in hundreds. Washed clean, they're quickly cooked on the coals.
In all these rivers in the Kimberleys, there's a strange crustacean. They're called a cherubin, and they're a giant prawn. You can catch them with a drop net. I'm just going to slide it down. I'm just going to wait till they come out. I'm going to catch one. There's one on the bait now. Just going to get this net under him. Got him.
Yep. Oh, got him.
Ah, look at him. He's a good size too.
It's a big one, big.
Yeah, we'll just get him out of here. There he is. How's that for a bonus? This is what we call a cherubin. Hey, and they bite. Look at that. Hey, oh. The great thing about these is, whoops, is an absolutely beautiful tail, but you can also eat the body.
Jomery sits for hours waiting for the cherubin to approach within spearing distance. These days, he uses a wire spear tip. In former times, the tribesmen used hardened wood or bone. Also called long-feeled or long-armed prawns, they're best cooked covered with hot ashes. Lunch today is fresh damper, cherubin and billy tea. Along the river, Jomery collects paperbark. He wants to show Malcolm how a travelling family group would cross a large expanse of water. Paperbark, an easily obtainable resource, was used for rafts, housing, sleeping. After collecting sufficient paperbark, Jomery cuts a particular sapling growing on a nearby ridge. Its bark is used as a binding. Pounding makes the bark supple and easy to tie. Dry pandanus wood The rafts were employed frequently during the wet season when the rivers were in flood and the low country underwater. The tiny craft is surprisingly stable, and for the first time since he was a young man, Jomery heads off across a river on a paperbark raft. A small Aboriginal outstation. Jomery, who now spends long periods hunting, returns to camp with an emu, his most favoured food after kangaroo and crocodile. He cooks it according to tradition. It's a tedious task removing the feathers. Then the skin's quickly sealed over a roaring fire. While waiting for the fire to die down, Jomery sleeps soundly after the hunt in the oppressive heat. A stuffing of specially selected eucalyptus leaves is added, like herbs for flavour. Covered with the ashes and hot sand, the bird will cook slowly all night. Next morning, the feathers are gathered to be used later during the ceremonies. And the emu carcass is carried on the bull bar where it'll stay cooler. Wild scrub cattle, dangerous and unpredictable, are common around the permanent waterholes. For a time, the road winds through a magnificent Melaleuca forest. The destination, Pantogen, is an old cattle station, where some of Jomery's people are attempting a resettlement program to escape the pressures of town life. One man in particular, Watty, is an old friend of Malcolm's. It's customary to present gifts, and the emu is dutifully handed over. Malcolm and Watty are soon out in the bush looking for signs of witchetty grubs. Top bush tucker, according to Malcolm.
Look here. True.
Where?
Here. Off there, look.
Oh, yeah.
In a lot of places you get the witchetty grub in the acacia or the wattle. But out here in the Kimberleys, we get it in the box eucalypt. It's very hard to... You get this knob, just here. Once you find it, it's just a matter of cutting it out. We're going to have a good feed of witchetty grubs. I really love these witchetty grubs. Hey, what a good tucker.
Yeah. Tucker.
And with his stick, he gone up that way, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. As I go, are you getting him out?
Yeah.
He coming?
Yeah. We got
Got that hook on him, eh?
Yeah. I did it.
What do you call him?
Mala.
Things, you can always get a feed out here.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, that is really beautiful tucker.
Yeah.
Doesn't look much,
Yeah.
but we can eat him raw,
Yeah.
or we
Yeah.
can cook him in the coals.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about this one? We eat him raw now.
Yeah.
Can I try it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Sweet, yeah. That's the one. Finish him up.
I reckon it tastes like banana. Can I finish him or you want
Yeah,
some?
you finish him.
Really?
I'll take off.
You want half?
Yeah.
I take a lot. Oh, gee.
That's a good tucker.
One of the main foods for Jomery and his people in the early days were the yams. Jomery just showing me some of the different signs, because if you can't read the signs for the yam, this small vine, it's usually got a heart-shaped leaf, eh, Jomery?
Yeah.
And you follow him down. Now, once you find his vine, you've got to follow it right down to the ground. He's coming out here, eh? Look.
Yeah.
Once you find where the old vine has entered the ground, long tube-like plant, very good food. I noticed, George, here these green ant. In Arnhem Land, the people use this green ant for medicine. You use it all over us now, the rotten things. What you do with these is mix them up with water, use them for medicine.
Yeah.
We might do that later, eh?
Yeah.
Takes a fair bit of effort to get these yams out. This one's just about ready to come, eh? Jomery? Hey. Pull him. There he is, coming.
Yep.
Look at that. Looks like some weird spirit. Now we can have a cup of tea after all that work and cook him, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Look at this. Look at that boy. Oh, he broke.
Hey, broke away.
Oh, how old is this one?
Oh, might be 5 years.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Pretty old.
Whenever the Aborigines stop, the first job's to light a fire. So when the food's gathered, hot coals are ready.
Sweet, Jomery.
Sweet, Mangari.
Very similar to an English potato, but just a little bit sweeter. These people call this mangari because it's the light skin, eh? It's good.
We call them Bushman name, Kan Mango.
Bush name?
Call them Kan Mango.
That's hot.
Green ants are found throughout the north. They live within a structure of leaves glued together by the workers. When disturbed, inflicting painful bites. Wattie gathers a number of nests and, enduring the many nips, squashes the colonies and soaks them in water. This mixture is still used by the Aborigines as a medicine for a number of illnesses. It was also drunk on long walks to help quench thirst. Malcolm's surprised to find it tastes pleasant and not unlike a lemon drink. Jomery's located mature water lily bulbs in a drying water hole. Like the smaller ones found earlier, they're a traditional food and can be eaten raw or carried for a few days to be roasted on the coals. Tracks on a sand ridge catch their attention.
What do you reckon?
And Jomery immediately recognises the signs as a likely source of food.
I think he might be here somewhere. Eh?
A freshwater crocodile is easily located below the surface. They'll be a welcome addition to Jomery's provisions. He spots a crocodile. Beating him to the water, it disappears amongst the pandanus roots, but he soon has it speared. Of the streams and water holes shrink to shallow pools, and crocodiles and turtles are hunted. Groping along the bottom, the reptiles hiding in the slime can be grabbed. Most native animals are protected, and only the Aborigines are allowed to hunt them for food. Keen to catch as many as possible before he becomes too cold, Jomery hands them all to Malcolm, and for his troubles,
With only an hour or two in the water, Jomery's managed to pick up 4 long-necked tortoise and a freshwater crocodile. What are you going to do with all these, Jomery?
We eat a lot.
Eat a lot. Look at that.
as well as their food value, significance for the Aborigines. This relationship is symbolised by the cicatrices on their bodies. The shoulder scars represent the similar patterns on the front and rear legs of the tortoise. The cicatrices on the chest are a sign of manhood and copy the scale pattern of the freshwater crocodile. Leaving Pantagen, the men head for a particular rocky escarpment where, as a small boy, Jomery camped with his family. This is a special place, a home of the Wanjinas. The seasons, and all the plants and animals. Approaching the Wanjina site, Jomery calls out to the spirits, explaining that Malcolm wants to see the paintings. The Aborigines believe that the Wanjinas, the ancestral beings, dispersed to caves all over the Kimberley after the Dreamtime creation period. Aborigines has to repair the faces to keep them looking fresh and bright. Animals created by the Wanjinas, such as the kangaroo, are also displayed prominently. Jomery's Wanjinas are in a cave many kilometres to the north and will be visited in a few weeks' time. The men approach a number of inconspicuous rocky ledges. For Jomery, this is the highlight of his journey. Among these rocks are his tribal boards, sacred carved objects hidden here over 40 years ago. He's dismayed to find the boards in a terrible state, the sacred designs obliterated. Originally from the desert, these boards have passed from tribe to tribe. They're like a book, every board telling a story. Many, exposed to the weather, have almost disintegrated. Known as chiringas, they're incised with patterns telling stories of the Dreamtime. These stories reinforce tribal lore and can only be viewed by initiated men. Malcolm's careful only to show on camera the chiringas that have lost their pattern, their meaning and their power.
Well, we finally reached the place that Jomery'd been talking about. all along these rock ledges, the boards have been burnt and they've been eaten out by the white ants. These boards are what we Europeans refer to as the Aboriginal people's dreaming. Tells the story of how the emus and the kangaroos, or the big red plain kangaroos and the little wallabies and the dingoes and all the other animals travelled through this country all the way down into the desert. We'll get all these out, put them down here. No, too many. Oh, you pass them out to me. Oh, look at this, all wrecked by the white ants, George. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. So many. You carried all these in here?
Yeah.
Oh, George, it makes my heart bleed. Look at this. This is what I mean. See how the white ants have chewed into this? The story's gone. We're going to have to wrap all these up, put them on the vehicle,
Yes.
take them all the way to
Italy.
Bitcher Lily
Yeah.
and leave him there.
Oh, make me sure.
Yeah. Make you sad. Make you cry, eh, in the heart to see all this. Look at this, all wrecked, the white ant.
Malcolm carefully wraps the most sacred chiringas. They'll remain on the pack rack, well covered until the journey's over. The Kimberley landscape is dominated by the grotesque shapes of the boabs. The ripe nuts are easily spotted on the bare trees, deciduous during the long dry season to conserve moisture. Although unpalatable, boab nuts can be eaten when no other food's available.
You know the old saying, red for danger? Well, that applies out in the bush too. These pandanus seed, they're ripe now and they're just starting to fall down and they look very delicious. In actual fact, here's some here on the ground. If you try and eat them, they've got a very, very bitter taste. It really upsets the tongue. Beautiful smell, but don't eat them. You can eat them once they dry out. Once the nuts are ripe, it's a different story. You can get a seed out like a peanut. A fair bit of work, and the seeds are very hard. One here. That's the one.
Aerial baiting for dingoes is a worry to Malcolm. There's the chance that Jardy could be poisoned. From here on, he'll have to stop her wandering. The night's camp is set up wherever the men happen to be at the end of the day, and the swags are rolled out on cleared ground. Jomery always has some bush tucker, and it's cooked on the open fire.
Everybody knows the familiar sound of the didgeridoo, or the wonga, as these people here call it. But how's the didgeridoo made? To the bush with Jomery and find out. Might be one here, Jomery.
There's one here.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
At the top of the tree looks very weak and sickly because it's been affected by the termites. The other thing quite often is to go up to the tree and tap it and see whether it's hot.
hollow.
He's hollow now.
Hello.
Yeah. Looks like a good one.
Yeah.
He made good didgeridoo, eh?
Yeah.
You call him Wanga.
Yeah, Wanga.
Yeah, Wanga.
Wanga.
This is going to make a good didgeridoo. It's got a nice hole right through the pole made by the termites, or we normally call them white ants. Now it's just a matter of cleaning out all that residue and rubbish left by those white ants, edging it down, cleaning it up. And on the end here, we get the wax from the native bee. And that's the next job. We've got to go out and find that sugar bag
Yeah.
and have a good feed of honey.
That's right. Oh.
Now, to find the hive of the native bee, have to walk around the open country, going from tree to tree, looking for signs of the hive. It's usually a tiny little hole with a little bit of bee going in and out. You see it?
Oh, one here, Malcolm.
Where?
Yeah.
We cut him out?
Yeah.
You righto.
Yeah, I got him up.
That's him right just down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
All.
Okay. You can see the hole here. Also the little tiny bees going in and out. It's a very small hole. We want the honey to eat, and we want the wax, to put around the top of our didgeridoos. Oh, gee, look at this honey, Jomery.
Yeah. Ah.
Beautiful honey, but I tell you what, it's a very messy job. When you got all the honey out of the wax, this brown stuff is what we're going to use around the top of our didgeridoos we're making. One of the nicest honeys I've ever tasted. This one, hey, Jomery?
Yeah.
Nice and smooth. Tub of paint. Grind him up on the stone. What are you eating, Jomery? Hey, I know what you're thinking. Hey. Yeah, right. Once we've got the red ochre on our didgeridoo, or as Jomery calls it, the wanga, to put the beeswax on so you can get the right size here for your mouth. If it's too big, you won't get the desired sound. That's just about right, eh, Jomery?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'll try them out.
Yeah.
Ready for the concert?
Yeah.
Nice noise. Good sound. So there we have our didgeridoo. Hollowed out, red ochre, beeswax. The only thing is that you've got to be able to blow and suck in at the corner of your mouth to get that nice continuing sound.
With his stockman, he's slaughtering a cow for meat. Everybody has their share, roasted on the coals. It's a stockman's tradition to have a feed of rib bones after butchering a killer. Heading north along the main access road, they pass through unique stands of ancient palms. Cooperation by the Aborigines and the Catholic Order of Palatines. After walking in from the bush 40 years ago, many of Jomery's tribe now live here on the banks of the King Edward River. The abundant fresh water guarantees an endless supply for the large garden. Mangoes, still green and bitter, are a favourite treat for the children. After a feed, they cool off in the river. Compulsive thieves, the huge Brahman bulls wander through the settlement scavenging. This one, after eating all of Malcolm's mangoes, proceeds to polish off his freshly baked bread. Along the way, they stop at a dry creek bed to collect white ochre.
This is nice and clean.
These scattered deposits are still eagerly sought after for body decoration during ceremonies and for cave painting. In the morning, Jomery's quiet. He's about to see his Wandjina again. It's going to be a big day.
This your Wandjina, Jomery, eh? Yeah. What name is this? Main one?
Yeah.
And all this mob all the way along here?
The kids.
Well, the kid for that main one, you know?
Yeah.
Jomery reassures his Wandjina, telling it that he's going to make it look good.
These sites used to arrive about this time of the year, just before the wet season, and repaint his Wandjinas. Because Jomery's doing this trip with me, he's come to his dreaming site and he is repainting his painting. Down in front of me he's grinding up the black charcoal for the eyes. The people believe that they have to come every year, repaint it, and this guarantees the arrival of the wet season. You know when Wandjina is coming to replenish the land because you can see the shape of the cumulus cloud, you can see him coming because of the lightning, and you can hear him coming because of the thunder. This big red ochre ring represents the cumulus clouds, the wet season cloud. And all the marks coming off it, like a halo, represent the lightning.
The Wandjina are powerful, mythical beings who created the world as we know it today. They still have control over the land and its people. The annual monsoonal rains are the work of these spirits, and the rain-bearing cumulonimbus clouds are the Wandjina arriving to replenish the country. Without the rain, the land would lie parched and everything would perish. Even though the Aborigines believe that the original images were created by the Wandjina themselves, They know that it's the responsibility of the men of the tribe to conserve the paintings. In former times, all the men gathered to repair the Wanjanas, the custodians of the site organising the procedure. Today, there's no one to assist Jomery, and he restores only the main image. Sadly, within a few generations, these paintings, like the tribesman, will be gone forever. It has permits to catch, film and release alive native animals. A trap's baited and checked and left for the night. In the morning, the trap holds captive a very skittish northern quoll, or as they're more commonly called, a native cat. Malcolm examined.
I've got to be very careful here, otherwise I'm going to get bitten. Got these really strong teeth, these strange feet for hopping around on the rocks and also for climbing. When they run, they sort of jump. They've got this long tail that they stand up in the air. This is a very old one. This is an old male. And he's losing a lot of his fur now, but the younger ones have got a beautiful mottled pattern of brown. We rarely see them because they only come out at night. The sun up now, starting to get warm, so I'm going to let this one go. Come on, mate. I'm going to put him up the branch here so you get a better idea of how he runs and what he looks like. He'll probably run along this branch down across the rocks. Come on, old man. Don't you bite me. There he goes. Come on, let go, little mum. This one is really interesting.
The female doesn't have a true pouch. The area around the nipples is surrounded by a flap of skin. The young are carried for about 2 months, then placed in a nest where they're suckled until 5 months old. Although common, quolls are nocturnal and rarely seen.
Righto.
Meanwhile, Jomery's been away hunting and returns with his favourite food.
It's been their main meat. With these large males, before they're cooked, they always get the sinew. It's a tendon that holds the tail up. And the idea of getting all this sinew out is to use it for string. They dry it, they use it to bind up their spears. Any more there? There's one, look. Oh, look at that one. There we are. Once they've gathered up all the sinews, they chew them up, get them nice and supple. They have to stretch it and flatten it out at the same time. So at the moment it's all soft. It makes a very strong string like a knife. Intestines and everything else. They get a stick, stitch up the small hole they've made in the stomach. They use a little bit of the intestine to tie it up. The idea of this is to completely seal the meat, so when it goes in the
When the fur's singed off, the roo's cooked for several hours in a sand oven.
Oh, gee. Hey, put him on the leaves. Well, there he is, all cooked. And at this stage, he looks absolutely revolting. Hey, gee. In actual fact, all the skin acts like an aluminium foil. It keeps all the juices in. And Jomery, you're going to hit him now? Clean all this rubbish off, yeah. Jomery's going to clean it all up. It's all very juicy. And it's not a bad feed, eh, Jomery? Yeah? Use it as a binding. People, Jomery's people, well, they used it to bind their spears together.
Skill with the long fighting and hunting spears.
In the early days, everybody carried about a dozen spears, eh, Jomery?
Yes.
And after they've straightened the bamboo up on the fire, they add a piece of hardwood here to give the... They hold it together with either a spinifex wax or a sugar bag wax. And the hold about to use is the kangaroo sinew that he collected a few weeks ago. The tips of the spears in the early days were stone, quartz, or chert. Now they use bottles. You can see how dangerous these are. Once they hit somebody, of course the little pieces of glass all broke away, got in the wound. You've got to remember they throw these with tremendous power, so it goes right into your body. And what, it'll kill you, what, 1 day or 2 days?
1 day or not, 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days if it's not a fatal part of the body, and
That place.
all the little bits break off, stay inside you,
You did.
and you're dead.
Although Jomery still uses spears for certain game, rifles are now used more often for hunting. He waits patiently for a freshwater crocodile to surface. Malcolm helps Jomery find his croc. A spear is used to locate the carcass and to make sure the croc's dead. A wounded croc's very dangerous. Jomery uses a different procedure to cook crocodiles. Selected stones are heated on a roaring fire. The heated stones will cook the meat, while a sheet of paper bark and a layer of sand retains the heat. Several hours later, it's ready. Crocodile. Since the introduction of cattle, native bamboo, once plentiful throughout the Kimberley, has become rare. The men take advantage of this good stand to collect spear shafts. Jomery will eventually be sent all over the Kimberley. Leaving the lush bamboo thicket, they arrive at the barren, burnt camping grounds of the vanished tribes. It's an eerie place. Empty caves and rock ledges, where for generations family groups sheltered during the wet season. Now they've gone. The only evidence of their passing, a stone axe head, a few stone spear tips, and fading wanjanas, guarding the spirits of the dead. For Jomery, a sad reminder that his people have left their country and the old tribal ways have gone forever.
Our journey is over. We've been travelling around Jomery's country for many weeks, and now all we have to do the boards have travelled all the way from Narinjin to this new place. Nearby in an old trunk are many sacred objects of the tribe. I can't see them, and of course I can't film them. The boards, still with meaning, have been covered and are now going to be placed in the new home. The old ones, Jomery's going. Is that good one?
Yeah.
We can't see him, we put him there. There's our busted one. You're still going to keep him, eh?
Yeah.
Keep him here, come back and clean him up. All right.